Too easy.
What's going down, yo? What's going down? Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? We got a special one for y'all today, man. We got a special one for y'all today. I'm here with my co-host, Colombian. I'm not gonna say. Oh, the mic's off, big dog.
Papacito.
Yeah, what he said. And yeah, man, we got a special one for y'all today, man. Real special one. This is gonna be a more inspirational type episode. I feel we're gonna be talking about doing our thing, and not to mention we have a special guest today. So I'm very eager to introduce him. Just give me a quick second while I make sure everything's ready to go. Give me one quick second, all right? But yeah, man, got an inspirational one for y'all today. We're gonna be meeting up with somebody that's gonna be releasing his book soon. So yeah, we got a fan in the back. I don't know if y'all can hear. Love you too, man. Hey. but yeah, man. I mean, welcome. But yeah, give me one quick second, y'all. Just let me get prepared, and I just gotta go ahead and get this thing going, so that way I can do the introductions. But yeah, man. How's Colombia, big dog?
Fantástico.
Fantastical. Nah, I hear you, man. Hey, did you want to break the news to him, or did you want to do it on a later time?
I'll do it on a later time. A lot of people be hating on me, so
All right, I
I'll do
got
it on a
you.
later time, man. When the time is right, I will do it. And it's some exciting news. But to those who are close to me, no. And that's all that matters.
True, true. All right, all right. We got a couple things going on this week. But yeah, man, most definitely. This person that I'm about to introduce is somebody that is a big time inspiration for a lot of people, and especially is a book that's coming out soon. Brokenness manifests power, and so or brokenness manifests power, and so yeah, man. I mean, I've been checking out his page and everything, and I think we got one on this one. I think we got a hit on this one. So let me go ahead and get this thing started. Let's see. About to about to get this thing going. All right, Mr. Big Dog. So he goes by the nickname Flood the Menister. He is an entrepreneur. He is a father. He is a U.S. Army vet and an author of his new book, Brokenness Manifests Power. So it is my esteemed pleasure, and I know Colombian Papacito's esteemed pleasure as well, to introduce this next guest that we have on, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Joseph Flood. What's up, big dog?
Yo, yo,
What's
yo,
going
what's
on? What's
up?
going on?
Round of
What's up?
applause.
What's up? What's up? What's up,
Yeah.
y'all? Flood the Minister. How y'all doing today, man?
Hey, we good, man. We good. How you doing today, big dog?
Man, I'm doing amazing, bros. Really good to be up here, man, and come and join y'all this evening, man. And yeah, thank you for having me on today's show, bro. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Really appreciate you, man, for coming on, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Why
sir.
don't you why don't you tell us about where you're from and where'd you grow up, where you born, things of that nature.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually an originator from Gaithersburg, Maryland. I grew up in Montgomery County, and I'm telling you, man, I've had such a good time. In Montgomery County, I went to Gaithersburg Elementary, middle, high school, and then after graduating is when I made the decision to join the United States Army. And I was in the reserve component for about 12 to 13 years, but I did serve some active duty time while I was on special orders in the units that I was assigned to. So I had a really great experience, just to be able to, be in the midst of those who are fighting for this country. It's a great honor. It's a great privilege. And then after that, I went to college at Bowie State University, where I got my bachelor's of science in criminal justice. And I also have an associate's degree in theological studies from the Word of Prayer Bible Institute.
Okay. Okay. I got you, big dog. I mean, shoot. Listen. I mean, we don't really get special guests all that often, but there's very few that are as inspirational as you. as as dedicated to his craft as you are. I mean, you've done quite a bit, serving your country. I mean, I know everybody on this panel right now is a veteran in some way or form, and so, but yeah, man. I mean, it's really, it really is an honor, man. On the real, I ain't trying to glaze too much, but
No, I appreciate
but
it, man.
I mean, it
Appreciate
really
it.
is an honor to have you, man. And so, yeah, man. I mean, that's what's up, man. I know you probably have gone through a lot in your life, and I know this book is like a reflection of that. And so, I mean, why don't you tell us a little bit, just without, of course, giving out anything too much away? I mean, I don't know if you're able to give out too much, but tell us a little bit about your book that you're writing.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. So listen, the title of my book is called Brokenness Manifest Power. True story from a healed man. And in this book, man, I this is the first book that I've written, and I have a series of books that are actually in the works. Something that I really haven't talked about because honestly, man, in my time and in my studies, I've actually done a study of a group of men from different walks of life and really understanding and getting to like the deeper issues because sometimes we stay surface level with a lot of things that we deal with in life because we feel like that there aren't people that really care about the things that have happened to us years ago, but we care. The individual selves care, and when we don't take care of that self can self-destruct and cause a lot of damage within our communities, within our friends, our inner circles. And so we have to find a way where we are able to deal with those issues in a much safer way, so that way instead of creating a destructive community, we can create a healing one.
True. Man.
So, this
Deep.
book, that's one of the reasons why I wrote this book. But also, man, I do want to share about this book that when I was writing this book, I spent a lot of time in the gym.
Yeah.
And in the gym, I was able to like redefine like my sole purpose after divorce, because divorce was something that I didn't really see coming in my life. That wasn't my physical idea of how I wanted my life to turn out. But now that I've gone through it and now that I've gotten on the other side, I have gotten to see a much better version of myself to deal with those inner issues that I had to overcome and that I had protected, as a kid. So I've been able to do that in a safer way where this book is just a nice devotional, man, that really just helps people come to a safer space within themselves to deal with themselves.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, man. I mean, I think a lot of men can allude to that. I mean, most men. I mean, just from my personal experience, most men are usually their voices go unheard. They're usually unseen. A lot of them work like dogs at dead end jobs, or they're doing, just the average Joe, just
Yeah.
working, doing every day's work. I
Yeah, and
mean,
another
oh, go ahead, Vidal.
yeah, and another thing, man, like a lot of people don't see life coming.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things that we plan out, but if you believe in something bigger than yourself, there's a different purpose in your life that's going to be manifested. And sometimes you have to go through these trials and tribulations, and things that are like really going to break you, so you can come out to the other side of what you
Yeah.
really supposed to be. So yeah, I think that this is a good conversation we can have right now. And what lies into that detail
yeah,
of
Yes,
what.
true.
and I appreciate you guys for allowing me to actually talk about that in that space today. And I want to make the most amount of time the best that I can, so that way we can really like get into it.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And like I said, I mean, a lot of men's voices go unheard, man. And so a book like this for most, like a lot of men, can be very important, very capturing, because like I said, a lot of their voices go unheard. A lot of them think that life's going to go one way and it goes a totally opposite direction. And like Reggie said, it can break you. It can break you. And so, a lot of men don't realize, like, a lot of men think that life is only one way and it can only be one way, and not realizing there's so many opportunities, even in loss, even in, destruction and everything. that goes on in your life. There's a lot of opportunities, and most things, like most things that most people consider to be bad, could actually be an opportunity. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, no, I really do think a book like this is very important. I mean, yeah, me personally, like most men, we deal with our shit, and we don't tell nobody, we don't talk to nobody. We're not gonna go to nobody. You know what I mean? To
yeah,
talk about our problems, our struggle. We're just gonna go through it. We're just gonna deal with whatever we got going on and push on through. That's how most men do it. And so, yeah, man, I like the idea of just actually being open about that, actually talking about it. And if this is what that book represents, then I think it's gonna be an important book. But also, not only that, on what inspired you to do this book, what do you hope readers take away from a book like this?
man.
Truly.
I'm glad you asked the question. So, one of the things that I really hope people take away from this book is that, at the end of the day, I'm just a regular person. I have a story just like everyone else. Millions of people, have probably worse stories than I do. However, with this book, I was able to I was able to heal from writing my own story. And when readers actually read this story, they'll be able to see that, because it's so interesting. When I was writing and formatting this book, that you know I really was like seeking like real spiritual insight on how to deal with the things that I had bottled up for so long, from the wounds that were caused by generational trauma. And during that time, it was like, I'm telling you, I spent a lot of time alone, which a lot of men don't like to do, especially when it comes to dealing with themselves, because they feel like they can't be by themselves. And I got to be honest with you, I felt like that. I did, and I mean, there were many nights that, I just kind of like cried, because I was like, man, I'm writing this story for people to read across the world. So that's what made it like so much more inspirational for me to say, okay, if I'm going to write this book, I want my readers to know that I have a story and I was able to come out on the other side, and this is the way I did it. And I hope that by reading this story, they can do the same thing too.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Thanks for sharing that, by the way, man. I mean, a lot of those guys, like I say again, man, we don't talk to nobody about it. We just go through it. We go through the mess, everyday life. I mean, that everything that life throws at us, we just go through it. We don't talk to nobody. And a lot of guys, a lot of guys have to be the problem solvers.
Absolutely.
A lot of guys have to be the providers. A lot of guys have to be the one you go to. But
Right.
who do they go to? You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like,
So
we got to be problem solvers, but we still have to go somebody to get the solutions.
yeah, and so yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like if I'm vulnerable now, it's like what's going to happen from this? You know what I mean? What's going to come up with this? And not saying to be vulnerable, but at the same time, not saying to hold it all in. You feel me? At the same time, and so it's like it's that struggle of trying to hold it all in, but not trying to share too much at the same time. And
Yeah,
so it's like it's that dilemma, and a lot of men have, and I really do think, yeah, that's something that I think that could be a part of the message that people can get from this book.
absolutely.
But
So let me break the ice a little bit.
yeah,
So I've asked this question a lot, just with men, and I just wanted to really like get to see their answers. And it's really interesting. So I just want to ask you to I'm gonna ask you both this question, and feel free to
right.
answer. When was the last time someone had asked you, "Hey, how's your mental health?"
You want to go first?
I
So,
would say usually is after something bad happens.
mm,
Usually it's after some like, oh shit, like something bad happens, some crazy happens in your life, and then they're like, how's your mental health? But no one asks when things are going right or things are just, up and down, or maybe things are just normal. But I think the last time someone asked me that was this year, but it was after like something bad happened.
Right. What about
okay.
you, King?
How's my mental health? I believe my fiance actually asked me this probably like a week ago. If I have to be honest, probably like a good week and a half ago.
Okay.
And
So it's so surprising that out of 100 men that I've asked that question, do you know that about 50% of them responded to me saying that honestly, man, you're the first person that's asked me that in a long time.
no, I'm not. I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm surprised that that number isn't higher. I'm actually, I think that's probably in the 80%.
You know, and
Eighty
it's and it's
percent.
crazy because I'm like, man, it really goes to show, how we do go through life, and just a simple like, check-in would go so far along the way.
True.
And sometimes I get it, everyone gets caught up in their own distinctive lives, and they're worried about things that they have to do. And yes, sometimes you don't have that capacity to check on people, but you do, because time is time, and all it takes is like a quick text, or a call, and it doesn't have to be that long. So it's like, just imagine if people really start integrating models like that, just
Yeah.
being able to just check in. Doesn't have to be all day every day. No, check in every once in a while, just to make sure that you're creating some type of safety net for someone that you can talk to, just in case.
Yeah. Not on the real. Like, yeah, a lot of guys, like a lot of guys, we break each other's balls and we talk shit to each other, but then at the end of the day,
Bark, I
we
can't
keep it.
very well.
Oh, hello, Dustin. Can you hear me? Okay, my bad. What's called? But yeah, no, I was just saying, pretty much, just damn, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I mean, a lot of guys don't have that person that they can go to. You know what I mean? A lot of guys don't have anybody. So a lot of guys don't have anybody to check up on them. I have homeboys that I hit up, and they're like, "Man, you're the first person to call me." Or shit,
Yeah.
or man, even with my pops, even with my dad too. I'll call him. He's like, man, ain't nobody hit me up in like a month or so. I was like, gosh, damn.
Yeah,
And
man. It
so,
be it be that way. It be that
yeah,
way sometimes.
yeah, and so, no, man, I see what you're saying, man, and but it goes to that struggle, man, and no, man, I see what you're saying, man, and yeah, and also I have a question for you too, Big Dog. So, the Flood the Minister. So, where'd you get that name from? That's a
So
dope name. I ain't gonna lie.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. So I was thinking of like a brand identity for myself,
Yeah.
and something that, I wanted to represent, for the line of work that I do. I'm a life transition coach, and, I do help men, create a better transition during their, life circumstances, and being able to help them, get a better view or a better perspective of the things that they are going through, because I'm telling you, there's always a solution, but sometimes it just takes us asking the right questions, or being asked the right questions. And I'm just like, man, I'm really doing like real ministry here, like,
Hmm.
but then like it started to click, like, ministry, ministry, minister. And I'm like, all right, bet, Flood the Minister, what's up? And it just stuck with me, like, just like that, man. And then after that, I continued to run with it, and now I'm actually rebranding, like, that's my brand name, Flood the Minister.
No, I got you. I got you. Okay, okay. And so, okay, I got you, Big Dog. Yeah, that's a dope name. I was like, I just saw it on your down on your title, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, that's what it was. But
Yeah.
no, most definitely. And also, and I know a book like this. Is this your first book that you published?
So yes, this is my very first book,
Okay,
and I'm actually just secured the location for my book release event,
nice.
and I will be dropping that flyer on June 1st.
Okay, but yeah, just make sure to let me know that way I can post it too whenever we get through. But yeah, man, I mean, most definitely, and that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And so, writing your first book, I mean, I know that there's writer blocks and everything. Like, how many drafts did you have to go through on this first book? Because I know you probably went through a lot.
I went about, I would say about like maybe 5 or 6 drafts. And it's so crazy because the very first draft, I'll tell y'all, the very first draft, I was working with a publishing company, right? And
Yeah.
they were telling me, so many different things. Oh, we're gonna, do this for you, do that for you. And mind you, man, I was sold out. Like I was sold for it. So I started, giving them my ideas and everything, man. And after that, let me tell y'all, after I talked to this talked to I met someone, and I talked to her, and she was like, listen, like, I think I can help you. I said, all right, cool. So we ended up like going through everything. Let me tell y'all something. This company ended up being fraud.
Ooh.
So if um just imagine if this book sold over 10,000 copies,
Mm.
okay, I would have 0% royalties,
Oh.
meaning I would make $0 and 0 cents.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. That would have been bad. I know, and I know it's that trouble too, man. Like getting like it's pretty much like starting your own business at first. Like you don't know, I'm not saying you don't know, but just you're still trying to figure out where's your niche or who you're gonna work with, and it's all that processing too. And I think it's the same thing. The same thing you have to go through is like starting a business when you write your first
Yeah,
book.
absolutely, man. And that's why, it really takes, it just, you have to, but the thing is, you have to go through the process, because if I were to be honest, when I went through that first draft that I gave them, I realized my book wasn't fully ready.
Mm,
And I'm so glad that, in that process, God was like, look, you still got to go through some things because you're not finished yet. And once you finish writing this book, you'll understand why.
mm,
And at first, man, I was so excited, man. I was just, I was like, man, I want this book to come out. I want this book to come out. I want this book to come out. But I'm glad it didn't. And I'm glad that now I'm at a place in my life where not only am I healed from over 20 years of generational trauma,
mm,
I'm healed, from the physical and the sexual abuse that I had to experience as a kid.
mm.
Like I'm healed from all the anger that I've held from the people who had the opportunity to come get me and they didn't.
Yeah,
I'm healed from the fact that,
yeah,
due to unforeseen circumstances, that people had to leave me because of the conditions, but I was still able to find in my heart to forgive them, because I understand that things happen and that all circumstances and all things work together for the good of those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose.
yeah. No, most
So
definitely.
I knew that right then and there, like I said, after I finished writing the second version of this book, everything that I wrote down, man, it was like I took my heart and I put it on a piece of paper. And
That's what's up.
that was one of the things that healed me.
I think those things are important. When you a lot of times people try to, well, not just in general, like human nature is to like want things now, and a lot of
Yeah,
times we don't necessarily want to go through the process. You know what I'm saying? Like that quick what do you call it, verification, like
Mhm.
that quick thing, right? We want, like Netflix, like you can watch a whole series of a new show, like that
yeah,
quick instant gratification is
yeah.
what
Instant
is a real
gratification. Yeah,
is a real disease in our society. So when we
yeah,
start to dial it back and it go through
Mm,
and go through the process of making things right, and we build the foundation, and then it's on the other side of that foundation we have everything we ever wanted, right? We have the plan, the purpose.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
man,
hear you,
that's
bro.
deep, bro. Yeah, and but you're right, man. It's so many, different like societal poisons now, man, that we are experiencing, in this time, man. And it's crazy out here, man. It's like it's causing so many, like crash out activity, bro. And like we really got to get to a place where it's like, yo, can we can we take a scale back and focus on some things that we got to do so that way, we can eliminate certain things from, especially like with kids, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Having kids changed my life.
Yeah,
Like seriously, like I calmed down so. I used to be a wild kid. I used to be a wild boy, but like my having children really like made me take a different perspective on life to say I know my kids wouldn't be happy if I was doing that. If I was,
yeah,
if they were in front of me and I was acting that way, I know they wouldn't.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I hear you. And no, I feel you, man. And I know a book like this. I mean, you're putting everything into it. It's your first book. I mean, how long did that process take? Like from the first, like from start to
from start to
you know,
finish.
yeah,
Start to finish, a little over a year and a half.
year and a half. And it told
Hmm.
you it that was in total to write the book, or is that just to get started?
From writing, editing, proofreading,
Okay.
going through the formatting, and publishing, branding, copywriting, all of that whole process, took me some time because, like I said, I wanted to make sure that this book was ready.
Nah, true. And yeah, man. I mean, that's like I said, man. It's your first book, dog, and it's a lot of stuff you gotta go through. I mean, you gotta go through pretty much go through the fire, like I like to say. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, man. I mean, and all going back to just want to backpedal a little bit to all the things that forgiving other people just so you can move on. I mean, and that's also a big part of the healing process. And it's forgiveness, and overall, it's forgiving yourself. And yeah, no, I see a lot of what you're saying. I mean, a lot of men have like in order for them to become the better version of themselves, they have to let go and forgive everything, anything bad in your life. You gotta let go and forgive, and I can actually attest to that myself. And so, all the shit that happened in your life, you can't, not only forgive the people that wronged you, but also forgiving yourself so that way you can move on and become a better version of yourself. It's hard to do though. A lot of people
yeah,
can wallow in that pity, and so there's very few people that can truly get out of that self pity and be like, no, this happened to me. This is me the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it takes a lot for people to say, nah, this ain't me. I'm gonna become a better version of myself. I'm moving on. Yeah, y'all got it. You know what I mean? It's hard for a lot of men to do that. I mean, just people in general. And so, yeah, no, I see a lot of what you're saying, man. And I know, yeah, I know pretty much you're gonna have to get out of here in a quick minute. I know we can't really talk too much about the book, but yeah, no,
oh
I wanted to go over the website though, the
yeah,
website you
absolutely.
got going on, and so that way people can see it, and that way people will understand and see what kind of website you got and all the testimonials you have on there. And so, I mean, so can everybody see it good? Hello.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, and so after this, we're gonna just read the chat and see what questions our chat has for you. We got a couple questions, but uh, but yeah, man, let's go over his website. So this is the Flood Minister's website for his book, "Brokenness Manifests Power." So yeah, this is pretty much just quotes, everything, and so. I mean, are these the only testimonies you have, or was there many more people that really like the book?
I have a few more that I am really going to be sharing because what I actually did, man, I did like some interviews on my book with a few people, and
Nice.
probably in June I'm going to start dropping those testimonies so that way people can be more susceptible to the things that are getting ready to come out for the book. So I'm just excited to be able to really like share that information.
I got you. I got you. And so, yeah, so this is the website, yo. Definitely go check them out. Go show them some love right here. And I'm definitely going to leave the link up. And so that way I'm just going to be scrolling through. But yeah, this is his website, y'all. Definitely go check it out. And yeah, man, I mean, yeah, I can't wait to get myself a copy. So when's the official? Because I'm seeing pre-order. So when is the official release date of the book?
So I will be releasing the official release date on June 1st when I drop the flyer.
Okay, okay, my fault.
Yep.
All right. So June 1st, you heard it here first, y'all.
You heard
June
it here
first.
first. Too Easy Podcast. You heard
Y'all
it here first.
heard it here first on Too Easy Podcast. Flood the Minister is dropping that flyer for the book release. Official date on June 1st of 2025. I hope y'all ready. Let's get it.
Man,
And
I
if you
hope y'all
don't
ready
know,
too,
now
man.
you know.
Now you
Now
know,
you
man.
know, you know.
Yes, sir. And remember, it's always too easy. But yeah, man, let's check out these questions from Richard. Yeah, he's a goofy one. But he said, "Does the book go over females and separations to heal?"
So in this book, I wanted to focus. There is a little bit on that, but I would say it's more so from a. This book is more so for how I formatted this book is in a way where men can really start to just deal with more of the issues, not just like with women, but like for me, I put it this way: for me in my life, there were, things that women had did to me, when I was a kid that I didn't understand. And so, yeah, how to heal from that type of abuse. Yeah, absolutely. Because that is something that men actually go through. Like men deal with, sexual abuse, even as children. You know what I mean? Like there are men out here who have dealt with that. I know I did,
Yeah.
and it took a lot of time for me to be healed because I didn't understand. So yeah,
No, I
so
feel
to answer from that perspective, yes, like I have the devotional part of this book really is more geared towards that when people start to actually get interactive with this book, because this book is a devotional, but it's interactive. It's not just something that you're just going to read. Like there, I'm going to ask you questions in this book. I'm going to
okay.
ask you things that are going to challenge you when you read this book. And yes, this book is for men and women, but mainly for the men.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no, and I figured that too. It's like it and yeah, no, I think pretty much what you were saying, just how to really move on. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there, and I believe he has another question. Let's see. He said, if you had to write a book, do you think about other people's experiences or anecdotes to make your next book interesting? Or I guess that's what he's asking about the next book. If that's what you're thinking about, like whatever next book you got going. I know you're not going to reveal nothing,
Yeah,
but
so my next book is going to be a little bit is going to be a little bit more interactive because you know I believe that other men have other stories too, but there are a lot of men who just refuse to stay silent, and I think that they'd rather have their voice heard when someone else is telling their story.
okay,
And so
okay,
this book, I think my next book will really come from, that perspective. And I'm really looking forward to I'm actually in the process of writing it right now. So for those of
nice,
you who are asking if there will be another book, there will be another book.
nice, nice. Yeah,
And you
man.
heard it here first on Too Easy Podcast.
Yes, sir. And one more, or you said, and they're going to be physical copies, right? From what
Yes,
Richard
there will
said.
be
Okay,
physical. There
physical
will be
copies.
physical copies of this book.
Okay,
They will be. You can order them once I drop the official release date link
okay,
and everything. You will be able to order the book. But right now, I do have pre-orders for the book.
yeah,
Right now, in the pre-orders, you have the ability to get a signed copy of my book, and
okay,
you can also there are also a way where you can buy a T-shirt as well. But here's the interesting thing that I do want to talk about with this book. This book is not just a book; it's a movement. You know, it's an empowerment movement because, you know, I, like myself, have a lot of things in common with fathers, and I want to be able to create a foundation where proceeds of this book will go to a foundation, you know, to really help fathers.
Yeah. No, I feel you definitely. And do you got like a GoFundMe or anything like that going on?
No, 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 no. We're so it's I'm doing it a little differently. So I'm actually
Okay.
going through the process right now of getting, you know, the articles, you know, organization for the foundation, and
Okay.
you know, so on and so forth. So that way, you know, when people do donate and things like that, or even just, you know, purchasing the book, you know, they, you know, be able to write it off, you know, charitable giving and things like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
no,
I'm
I
working
got you.
forward towards. And it's a process, but I believe that this is going to be great work, and you know, I'm a servant. I'm a humble servant, and I want to be able to really help, you know, men in the community that are just like me.
No, no, I hear you, big dog. I hear you, man. All right, and I guess this is. I guess I'll go and hit you with one more question. I guess a little bit.
He trauma dumping in the chat.
Nah, but that's why I was laughing. I was like, "There's no way." I don't think he's being serious about this. But just to ask it, just to ask it. What's called? What he says? Will you ship to jail? My dad needs. I don't because I know his. I don't know his situation. I don't know if he is trauma dumping because I can't remember if it's true or not. Because I know Richard. I know Richard to be honest, but I guess can you ship to I guess to jails or anybody like let's say for example there's a brother in jail cell who needs some. You got oh yeah you did, but he did tell me that he did tell me his dad was in jail. I don't think he's trauma
That's why I
dumping.
say he's trauma dumping.
I don't think he's trauma dumping, but 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 nah, man, I don't think he's trauma dumping. I think
Mhm.
he's actually being serious though. But no, he said his dad is in jail. Like, are you? Would you be able to ship to like anybody in jail or prison? Like, if they get your book, because like man, I know prison and jail here in America is a lot different than it was 20 years ago. So a lot of these
Yeah,
brothers
no,
have a lot of
I have no idea, but honestly, I would what I would love to do is like kind of link up, you know, with some guys, you know, if the opportunity does open up for me to do prison ministry with this book, absolutely, man. Like
okay.
I'd be more than able to, you know, to work with him. But you know, for Richard, that's my brother too, man. So, you know, I'll make
Yeah,
sure I get a copy for, you know, for his dad. So that way
yeah.
he can give it to his dad for sure. Absolutely. And his dad will have a signed copy as well.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, and then I'm thinking he's like just having a bunch of books out there for all the other inmates that are there. He's like,
Yeah.
this can be a good because some men in jail don't have a voice. Yeah,
Yeah.
not true. Okay, I guess Richard is being serious. I don't think he's trying to say no
Yeah.
lie. I
Yeah,
think
no,
he is being
absolutely.
serious on this one. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so yeah, we're gonna work on that.
okay.
I'll make sure that, you know, his dad will have a copy of that book for sure.
Yeah, you caught me off guard when he said trauma dumping. I was like, oh no, just do it. But now, okay, man. Well, we're going to stop right there, man. But we definitely do appreciate you coming out, taking time out of your busy schedule, big dog, to come talk with us, man. Before you release this book, guys, go check it out. Go pre-order it now. He's going to be dropping this on June the 1st, man. You heard it here first. He's going to be dropping June the 1st. Brokenness Manifests Power is going to be out. Go check out the link down in the description. We're going to drop this video today, so make sure to go get yourself a copy and be ready for that release, man. Go down in the description down below, man. It's your boy King Barco. We're going to let you say your name. I don't like saying your name out
I
loud
don't want to
because
say it all the time. God damn, Barco.
we're signing off, though. This is a sign off. Guys,
Hey, you know who it is.
all right, man, all right. And then, of course, it's the one and
Hey,
only.
it's the one and only. It's your boy Flood the Minister, and I'm gonna leave you guys with this, man. Broken men can only be healed by the Savior of all men, who was once broken. Make sure you go check out that book. Flyer for the book release drops June 1st. You heard it here first.
Yes, sir. All right, man. It's been real, y'all. It's been raw. And remember, it's one thing and one thing only, y'all. It's too easy.
Too easy.
Yes, sir.
That's too easy. It's too easy. Too easy, man. It's too easy. It's too easy. I'm standing on business, nigga. What's good? Fully loaded. This is 1 feet. 1 foot, like 1 yard, right here.
Wait, 1 inch.
1 yard. This is 1 inch.
What kind of inch is that?
1 yard.
Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, there's one thing and one thing only.
It's too easy.